So, in a matter of weeks is the Apple Keynote 2022 and we're expecting to see the latest iPhone iOS 16 announced with all its new features. However, when is iOS 16's release day for both the beta and the official update time, and what devices will be supported? Also, what are some of the features we're going to see in iOS 16? Well, good news today, I'm going to let you know all of these details. So first of all, if you didn't know already, Apple's next WWDC event is on June 6th this year and will continue for the rest of that week for developers. Early test versions of the software have already leaked, giving us some idea of what to expect from the update. There are still hidden features and functions that we don't know about, as iOS updates often include hundreds of tweaks and new features, but some key features may have been already revealed and I want to talk about them in a mo. But we have been told that Apple's main focus is performance and quality in iOS 16 due to the numbers of bugs and things that happened in iOS 15 that caused delays on such features like SharePlay and Universal Control in iPadOS 15 as well, what is actually based on iOS. But first of all, when is the official date we'll be able to get our hands on iOS 16 and all the compatible iPhones and also iPod Touch? Well, based on the last 10 years plus of history, iOS 16 will be officially released in the fall of 2022, likely in mid-September, a couple of weeks before the release of iPhone 14. The reason why I'm saying mid-September is because in the last 5 years or so starting with say iOS 11, that came out on the 19th September, then iOS 12 was the 17th September, iOS 13 was the 19th September, and then iOS 14 was on September 16th, and then finally last year iOS 15 came out on September 20th. So based on all this information, it's likely that iOS 16 will be released on week commencing September 19th. However, for beta releases, WWDC 2022 kicks off on June 6th as previously mentioned, and we've been told that a select few developers have been invited, so this year maybe Apple's first face-to-audience event will happen since the start of the pandemic. But following this Monday event, and normally the revealing of iOS 16, it is normally available straight away for developers for testing purposes. If you have an Apple developer's account, you'll be able to get iOS 16 on this date. However, you can also get a developer's access from the likes of UDID registrations, like the site that I'm showing right here, and it costs around about $7 per device. However, the first beta, I will say this, is probably going to be quite a bit buggy, and you might as well wait for a public beta of iOS 16, what is free and will be available in July time. So based on previous years again for the public beta, with iOS 11, that beta came out on the June 26th, and then iOS 12 public beta came out on June 25th, iOS 13 June 24th, iOS 14 July 9th, and then finally last year for the public beta of iOS 15th, that came out on June 30th. Now you may have noticed that the 2020 date is slightly out of sync here, and the reason is because of the pandemic that we had, so everything got delayed out a little bit. However, as you can see last year, things sort of sped up again back into kind of June time, so it's most likely that we'll be able to get our hands on the public beta of iOS 16 on around June 29th this year. So next of all, let's talk about compatible iPhones and models that will work with iOS 16. So a little bit of a history here. So since iOS 13 and all the way up to iOS 15, the oldest devices that can run the current version of iOS has been the iPhone 6s and the original iPhone SE, what have an A9 chipset inside. As both of these devices came out in 2015 and 2016, so we're talking about sort of 6 to 7 years ago, Apple are looking to finally retire these devices to not get the latest version of iOS 16. The main reason behind this is the A chipset had a huge change from the A10 chipset, and the architecture inside that chipset is very similar to what we have in the likes of say the current A15. It is likely that the oldest iPhone that will be compatible with iOS 16 is the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus. This means if you own any iPhone that is an iPhone 7 or 8 or any number above 10 or in Roman numerals and X, then your iPhone will get the latest version of iOS 16. This also includes if you bought yourself a brand new iPhone SE within the last 2 years, as both the 2020 and the 2022 iPhone SE will be compatible with iOS 16. Also, for anyone who currently owns the 7th generation iPod Touch, you'll be able to upgrade to iOS 16 as well, as it is the same chipset as what's inside an iPhone 7. So next of all, let's go over some of the features that we could be seeing in iOS 16, but just before that.
So, just quickly guys, this channel recently got over 350,000 subscribers, what's absolutely amazing. So in celebration of this, I am doing a giveaway right now on this channel for this. It is for a MacBook Air, and this MacBook Air here is the 8-core GPU option with 512 gigabytes of storage, and I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber when we get over 400,000 subscribers. And all you need to do to enter into this international giveaway is put down in the comments below of what Apple gear or what technology gear you're planning to buy in 2022. And when we get over that 400,000 subscribers marker, I'll be creating a video on this channel announcing who the winner is. So if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell right now. Now just quickly, I do want to mention there are lots of scammers, there are lots of spammers, a lot of them impersonating myself, and they're telling you to WhatsApp you or to WhatsApp them or to Telegram them. Ignore them completely or report them, because this is not me. Like you've heard from me here, I'll be making a video when we get over 400,000 subscribers announcing any kind of giveaway on this channel, and it will definitely be this time for this MacBook Air here. Well, with that out of the way guys, let's return back to the video.
So next of all, let's go over some of the features we could be seeing in iOS 16. So first of all, we've been advised that Apple have been working on interactive widgets for iOS 16. Currently right now, widgets are static, and what I mean by this, if you have a weather widget for example, you can't scroll and change the weather to a different location via the actual widget. What you have to do instead is actually open the weather app and then change the destination to a different place, and then the widget itself will update itself. Or another example is you can display your reminders as a widget, but you cannot tick them off inside the actual widget box. So again, you have to open up the reminders app, tick off your any reminders, and this will be updated. But this is going to look like it's going to change with iOS 16, where the widgets will be interactive with the apps they are linking back to. We've also been advised that the health app is going to get an overhaul. Apple is developing a medicine management tool that will let users scan their pill bottles, for example, into the app and also remind them when to take the correct medication at the right time of day. We've also been advised that notifications will get a big update. According to Bloomberg Mark Gurman, iOS 16 will bring significant improvements to notifications, but we've not really been given any details on how this may look. Then finally, and this may not be even on the current iPhones, and it might just be for the iPhone 14 when it comes out later on this year, there's been a rumour there's going to be a new car crash detection feature that will allow iPhones to detect when the collision has occurred and dial emergency services automatically. This is likely to be a software side support, so it's probably going to be added in iOS 16 if it does come. Well, on that note as well, it's time to wrap up this video. So what do you think of iOS 16, and is your device going to be compatible this year? I'd love to know in the comments below. Also at the same time as well, if you have enjoyed watching this video, please do press the like button, and also if you want to get the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I will see you really soon. Bye bye.